two restaurants I visited on the same weekend. I was in the same small town, same price point, same Friday night hunger. One of them committed a retention formula violation so obvious I even timed it on my kitchen clock. The other called my name out loud when my food was ready, and I nearly stood up and applauded. One of those businesses is bleeding customers it will never know it lost. The other just crossed the 5 billion mark in annual revenue. And the difference between them has nothing to do with the food, the location, or even the marketing budget. It has everything to do with a 4-variable formula that most professional businesses are violating right now without a clue that it's happening. So here's the thing that nobody says out loud when it comes to marketing and customer experience and customer retention. You are not losing clients because of your prices. You're not losing them to a competitor with a shinier website. You're just losing them because somewhere in your business there is a broken button nobody has tested, a phone that rings too long, an onboarding sequence that makes a new client feel like they interrupted somebody's day. And they don't call to tell you, they just leave. That's the pain. That's the real silent attrition. The client who doesn't renew. The referral that never came. The account that went quiet 3 months after the engagement closed, and you never know why. You can't fix what you can't see. And most firms can't see the violation because they've never looked for it. So let me give you my story. I tried to order pizza last Friday night. I had 6 kids in the house and I sure as hell was not cooking. I pulled up our favorite pizza place. I went online and I clicked the online order button. Nothing. Dead. Nobody had tested it. Fine. I picked up the phone. Rang once or twice. Please hold. No greeting, no name, just a flat 2-word complete brush off. I watched my kitchen timer. 4 full minutes went by. So I hung up and I called back. Same thing. Please hold. Ridiculous. So what did I do? I took my $90 order and I walked it half a block down the street to their competitor. You see, money goes where money is wanted, right? Dan Kennedy said that. I'm paraphrasing. But money goes where money is wanted. Later that weekend, I walked into a Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers for the first time. If you don't know Raising Cane's, here's the entire menu. Chicken fingers, crinkle-cut french fries, coleslaw, Texas toast, and their signature sauce. That's it. There's no spicy chicken, no wraps, no grilled option, one thing. And if you want a chicken sandwich, they just take the chicken fingers and put it between the bun. You can get a platter with 1 chicken finger, 2 chicken fingers, 3 chicken fingers, even 4. That's it. Very simple menu to execute. The founder, Todd Graves, came up with this concept in college. His professor gave it the lowest grade in the class. 29 years later, Raising Cane's did $5.1 billion in revenue. I guarantee you, the professor is not available for comment. When my food was ready there, the employee called out, "Hot fresh chicken ready for Vance." He didn't scream a number, there's no little buzzer. They used my name, and they used it with a genuine energy. And they did it for every single person in the restaurant. 2 businesses, same weekend, completely opposite outcomes. And I was the customer standing in the middle of both of them, taking notes. So what I witnessed was the customer retention formula in action. 1 business violating it, 1 business honoring it. So the formula is this, if you're not familiar with it. The formula is this: QEE plus QCE plus QBP times DRM. That equals customer retention. So what does all this mean? I've been teaching this formula for nearly 2 decades. It came out of 10 years inside Walt Disney World operations and 19 years of running my own home service business on Maryland's Eastern Shore. This is not theoretical. All right, so what is this magic formula that I've come up with for customer retention? Well, the first part is QEE, Quality Employee Experience. If your employees are not having a great experience, there is no way in hell they are going to deliver one to your customers or clients. So QEE has to come first. Second is QCE, or Quality Customer Experience. This is where you get a chance to wow your customers. Deliver what you say you're going to deliver. Deliver the little hidden surprises and magical touches and all that kind of stuff. QBP is Quality Business Practices. Okay, you've got to have your stuff in order. If you think back to the stories of the pizza place or to Raising Cane's, pizza place did not have quality business practices in place. They were dead in the water. Whereas Raising Cane's, perfect quality business practices. Then you take that whole thing and you multiply it by DRM, which is direct response marketing. It is the only style of marketing a small business should be doing. Do not do Goodyear blimp advertising where you just throw your logo up on a billboard or something like that and expect the phone calls to come pouring in. That's not how it works. You need direct response marketing. So if you do QEE plus QCE plus QBP times DRM, you will have customer retention. Every variable in it either cost me money or made me money at some point. The pizza place violated QBP first. A broken online ordering system nobody has bothered to fix. Zero process for a slammed Friday night. And when QBP collapses, QEE goes with it. The employees had nothing to fall back on. No script, no standards, no training for the moment it all got really hard. So they put me on hold and hoped I would stay. Raising Cane's, though, honored all three. Their QBP is so tight they execute the same standard across more than 900 locations. Their QEE is built on a recognition-heavy culture that produces employees who show up invested. And their QCE, calling my name when my food was ready, wasn't just personality. That was a trained, documented, systemized standard. That's what quality business practices look like when they're actually working. Now, you're sitting there thinking, Vance, that's a fast food restaurant. I run a law firm, a financial practice, a medical clinic. This doesn't translate. You're right that it's a fast food restaurant. You're completely wrong that it doesn't translate. Because here's what Raising Cane's actually teaches us. The single most powerful quality business practice decision that Todd Graves ever made was not operational. It was strategic. He decided to do one thing and do it better than anyone else on the planet. Most professional service firms do the opposite. They add services, they build packages, they create custom solutions for every prospect who walks through the door. And in doing all of that, they systematize absolutely nothing. Every client experience is slightly different. Every onboarding is slightly inconsistent. Every follow-up depends on whether somebody remembered to do it that day. You can't call every client by name with genuine energy if you're also trying to manage 12 different service offerings with no documented standard for any of them. Raising Cane's chose fewer things executed flawlessly over more things executed inconsistently. That decision is available to you today, right now, in your business. So when I ran Chef Mickey's at Walt Disney World, we had over a 700-page of documented systems to produce a single dining experience. 700 pages. Not because Disney was bureaucratic, but because delivering the same magic to the 10,000th family that you delivered to the first one requires that level of documented QBP. My carpet cleaning business on the Eastern Shore of Maryland runs on the same principle. Documented standards, trained protocols, a system for every client interaction, including the hard ones. Now, I only have to spend 90 minutes a week on that business, not because it runs itself, but because I built the QBP that runs it for me. The formula works. I've lived it on both sides of the counter, as a Disney operations leader and as a small business owner who had to figure it out the hard way. And I watched it work on a Friday night in Raising Cane's when a kid behind a counter called my name and handed me the best fast food chicken I have had in years. So here's the one thing I want you to do before this week is out. Call your office. That's it. Not as a boss, as a brand new client calling for the very first time. Count the number of rings. Listen to every word of the greeting. Then fill out your own contact form online and time how long it takes to get a response. If you don't like what you find, you're just locating a QBP violation that's been running on autopilot, costing you clients you'll never know you lost. The formula doesn't forgive violations, but it absolutely rewards the businesses willing to find and fix them. If you want the full breakdown of every variable in the customer retention formula, including the 6 corrective actions you can take this month, that's on my extended blog, and the link is below. I'm Vance Morris, former Disney operations leader, small business owner, and the only Disney-trained direct response marketer on the planet who will tell you that a chicken finger joint just schooled every professional service firm in America on client retention. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're interested in hearing more.